so ashamed of her breasts that she lets a Machiavellian psychopath cut them off.
How dare you!
But I was not a member of the IRA.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
Big Mike il capo.
Gran Mike y el jefe.
ビッグマイクとチーフ、ミッマイและหัวหน้า
Big Mike and the Chief.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to another episode of Big Mike and the Chief. Oh, El Chifo.
Hustlers University helmets.
That's a tight fit.
Yes, it's a tight fit.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa. That'll
keep your thoughts safe.
Keep your ideas in.
Yes.
There's no room for your ideas to escape in a Hustlers University helmet. These helmets were sent to us by Helen DJ.
Thank you, Helen.
Thank you,
DJ.
Helen. We appreciate it, Helen.
Yes. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you kindly, Helen. So, Helen, DJ, a beautiful woman who sent us these helmets.
Yeah.
She made the helmets. She's a woman of art and a woman of craft.
Absolutely.
A woman,
as are we.
A woman who's still connected to her child self and is willing to indulge in play.
Absolutely.
Creativity and the wonders of the imagination.
Yes. What does it say on the inside of yours?
I think
I'll read it there.
Queen Elizabeth.
If found, please return to Tato Park.
Huh?
If found, please return to Tato Park.
Tato Park, and that's a play on our name of one of our episodes, which we called
Andrew Tato
Park. Andrew Tato Park.
Mm.
Yes. But her second name is DJ.
Ah, like DJ Carey.
Just like DJ Carey.
Who pretended to have cancer.
DJ Carey, who famously pretended to have cancer to gain a load of money for himself.
Yes.
Because he had gone broke. So DJ Carey, if you don't know, is a famous Kilkenny hurler. And if you're from the UK, don't be from the UK. Kill yourself. Be from somewhere else if you can, and know about hurling.
Yeah.
But hurling is so it's an Irish sport, and the king.
It's also what people with bulimia do.
They hurl.
Yeah, they hurl.
They do.
Yes.
Hey, goddamn, I hurled so much last night.
Stinky fingers.
Fuck yeah, lad. Bulimia is kind of, I suppose, trans is the new bulimia.
Yeah.
In a way.
Explain that now.
Well, because bulimia, obviously,
that's actually true. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So, bulimia was obviously this thing where everyone's like, I need to be skinny.
Yes.
And what better way to be skinny than to cut your big fat tits off?
Ah.
Right? So, no better way to lose weight than that.
To cut your tits off.
Yes.
Yes, true. But that's only a small portion of the fatness.
Huh?
The tits.
Well, you got
to get rid of the love handles and the.
But they're getting it all shaved off.
That's true.
The whole lot of it. The whole kit and caboodle.
Yes. Yeah.
Elliot Page, she got her tits off. She cut her hips off. She got her, her
childbearing hips.
That's right.
Yes.
She got her one of her, because one of your kidneys is male and the other one is female, I believe. So I think she got the male kidney taken out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sold
childbearing hips don't lie.
Huh?
Childbearing hips don't lie.
Fact.
Yes.
So bulimia was originally that way. You would keep yourself skinny and in a good shape.
I also thought it was like a country in Eastern Europe, I think.
What? Bulimia?
Yeah.
I think originally, because you know the way that like all the countries were called something else.
Pangea.
Yeah. So I think bulimia probably was. I think Belgium probably was.
It's the name of my Uber driver.
What?
Pangea.
Yeah. Hey now. Oh.
That was your joke last week, isn't it?
Hey baby.
Yeah.
No, but we're here to share jokes. You can have it one week, I'll have it the other week.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like comedians, like they'd be backstage, and this would be like the 50s before the whole idea of like, hey, I'm going to give you my take on the world.
Yeah,
Lenny Bruce ruined comedy.
Right.
And he was like, I'm going to tell you what I think about religion. Before that, lads were having a good laugh.
Yeah, just sharing puns and whatnot. Yes,
slagging off their wives. So they'd all have a joke about like, my wife is so fat, I rolled her down the whatever.
Yeah.
And but they'd have to say to each other, I'm going to do
your joke,
this fat wife joke tonight, and then you can do the other fat wife joke tonight, and then they'd start sucking each other off in a odd
good old days
comedic 69.
Yeah.
But But anyway, so we're old style. We're 40s comedians.
We are 40s comedians. I'm 30 in 2 weeks.
Oh, a nasty jab by
it's a
Father
nasty-
Time. Right,
Yes.
a little uppercut from
Yeah.
Father Time.
I gotta wear this helmet.
A chin tickler from Father Time.
Chin tickler.
That's right.
But what was I gonna say there about? Oh yeah, with the bulimia.
Surely you have a joke about turning 30.
About turning 30.
It's Comedy 101.
Well, I mean, like, do you ever have this every birthday? You turn the age that you turn.
Yeah.
That's how it works, isn't it?
Well, not for everyone, but go on.
Your
Some people die of
someone rings you
bulimia.
and goes, "How does it feel to be 30?" Did you ever
Yeah.
get that phone call?
From who?
Probably from your mother.
No, my mother, do you know what? She's actually missed a lot of my birthday. We'll go into that.
Really,
It's
yeah?
hurt my feelings tremendously.
Well, she has dementia.
She has something.
Yeah.
I think it's more a kind of a nastiness that's spread, but which can also be malignant. But so your mother, she called you.
Yeah, every year and says, "How does it feel to be 30?" And then she says, "Oh, it feels like only yesterday I was pushing you out of my twat."
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hey now.
She doesn't put it like that, but
Yeah.
she says it. She implies that.
Do you know what I was thinking actually about your mother? Because I've been thinking about her all week.
Oh, have you? Yeah.
And that horrid display she put on at Christmas.
Oh, stop, man.
She put on one of the most horrific, loveless Christmases.
Sure, after we
of our
fucking
time.
released that episode, people petrol bombed my house and were calling for her head. It was.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They're
It was
pulling
crazy.
her out like Marie Antoinette.
Yeah,
Have her
absolutely.
guillotined.
Yes. Yeah. They tried.
Shame.
She threw
Ringing
the
bells
microwave
with her.
at them. Yeah.
But I was thinking, because it was just like, it was such a loveless affair. You're all there with your microwave, and you're all, despite that you've come from different countries, you still managed to eat dinner alone.
Yes.
And then I was thinking, then after you had your dinner,
Yeah.
like this, all you just went to your different rooms and watched porn on your laptop.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, we all sat around and watched porn together.
Together.
Yeah. If
As
you
a
can
family.
you can call Home Alone porn.
Well, it is
Yeah, it's
for
cinematic.
a certain eye.
Yes, cinematic porn.
Yes.
Speaking of loveless affairs, we
Yeah.
did speak about my parents getting divorced, and I sent that video to my dad.
Yes.
And he got a good chuckle out of it. Yeah.
Did he?
He got a good chuckle out of it. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's. I suppose it would. Clearly, it is amusing for him.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it
He
is.
says this-
he had the last laugh. He has a wife and a child,
And he's in love.
and my mother's playing Sudoku and cooking Christmas dinner 2 days before Christmas. You know.
Yeah, jeez,
Yeah.
Your mother has gone. She's gone full Cathy Bates in Misery. Did you ever see
Oh,
that?
absolutely. Yeah. But who would she try and capture though? I'm trying to think, who would she be? You know what I mean? Oh, Mary. What's the author's name? Irish large woman.
Oh, Maeve Binchy.
Maeve Binchy.
Yes.
There we go. Yes.
That's right.
She wants to kidnap Maeve Binchy and
Oh.
make her finish her latest serving of shite.
Whoa.
What? I don't know. Maybe Binchy
Binchy's one of the finest writers of her generation.
Is she? Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
She wrote the book Circle of Friends,
Okay.
which was a movie. Got made into a movie that was shot actually in Kilkenny,
Oh.
where I'm from.
Yes.
So it was shot in Kilkenny, and Chris O'Donnell, do you remember him?
Chris O'Donnell.
Do you know who he was? And he had a great little time in the 90s before everyone realised he's the shitest actor of all time.
Chris O'Donnell.
Um,
Moon Boy. The IT crowd.
No, that's Chris O'Dowd.
Birth of a Nation.
No, Birth of a Nation.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What's that? Why'd you say that?
I'm just throwing out movie names.
Birth of a Nation. You do know Birth of a Nation was that movie made in like 1915 where it's just all black people are portrayed as savages by white actors and
Yeah.
Oh!
No,
Hey now!
I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
There's not a laugh in there.
Sorry.
No. So Chris O'Donnell, you're a nasty little man.
I am. I'm a nasty little man.
That helmet doesn't. See, your ideas can't get out, but your nastiness can't get out either.
There's holes in.
Your head is stewing. Your head is stewing with nasty
Right,
thoughts over
yeah,
there.
It is.
You want to have a fucking Chief Wellington over here.
Yeah.
So Chris O'Donnell, he was in He's in a movie called Scent of a Woman, which is about a very smelly woman.
Yes.
A woman with terrible BO, starring Al Pacino, who's blind and he can't escape this stinky woman.
Oh,
because
right.
he doesn't know where he's going.
Heightened sense of smell.
That's right.
Right.
So Chris O'Donnell then is his young friend.
Right.
That's what they called it back then.
So wait, Maeve Binchy wrote Scent of a
No. I'm just explaining who Chris O'Donnell is.
Right.
But so Chris O'Donnell was in that. Then he was in Circle of Friends, which was shot in Aurora in Inistioge in Kilkenny,
Right.
which had Minnie Driver and Chris O'Donnell.
Right, so Peter Dinklage was in it and he played a cab,
a cabbage.
a cab driver.
What?
You said Minnie Driver was in it.
No.
No.
I'm talking about Minnie Driver, the actress.
She's
in Good Will Hunting.
Oh yes.
She's like, I love you, but I don't know if you can access love. And then then Matt Damon's like, I had cigarettes put out on me. Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then but he's really smart and he's a janitor.
Yeah. And a genius.
And he's a genius. So anyway, so Binch, what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
Binch, she's a rotund woman.
Yes. Rotund.
Yes. She's rotund.
Put it in the Binchy, I say.
She's a voluptuous
Yes.
siren of the written word.
Siren.
Yes. She is.
Oh Jesus.
She is.
Yes.
She's very peacock-esque.
Yes.
In her in her shape.
In her shape.
I'm
I'm very nervous because Peacock is
But Peacock is about to come in here and fucking grind her bones to
like
dust.
literally he's coming on the podcast.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. No, he will. He'll be making soup of us now in a minute.
Yeah.
But I was going to say to you, because we mentioned DJ Carey earlier.
Yeah.
Something I had forgotten about DJ Carey was that DJ married a woman who was one of the Dragon's Den judges.
The Irish Dragon's
The Irish
Den.
Dragon's Den.
Okay, right.
Sarah Newman. She's an English woman.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
I remember. Yeah.
So anyway, DJ was shagging her. God knows what lies he was telling her.
But then why was he scamming people for money if he's married to a dragon?
Well, you see, she found out it was like, because he was probably telling her he was the Earl of Kilkenny. And,
Right.
And he had 17 castles. And
You see this hell?
yeah,
Worth a
yes.
fortune.
Yes, this Earl commands a fleet of 5,000 ships. Go!
5,000 slitters.
Go! Take back Rhodesia. So he had her convinced anyway that he was the King of Kilkenny and the Lord Mayor of Ireland, and so she didn't know any different. She actually is.
She's just a dragon.
She's just a dragon. She was like, brrr.
Yeah.
You know, she was going around with fucking Khaleesi on her back and,
Yeah.
you know, having a bit of crack.
Yeah.
But she actually is now, since her and DJ broke up because she found out about all his lies.
Right.
She is now with some sort of a lord in England who owns a big estate. Just
Right.
an aside. But anyway, so she was the judge on Dragon's Den, and so her and DJ were living this mad life, and he was baiting her on the arse with a hurl, and she loved that.
Yeah.
But then I thought, is that where DJ picked up his business acumen?
That's a very good point.
You know?
Yeah. I love if DJ Carey came on to Dragon's Den in disguise.
Well, or not even in disguise, just came on with his business plan, and they're like, okay, so what's your business, DJ? And he was like, well, what if I told everyone I had cancer?
Yeah.
And okay, DJ, but how would? Oh, all right, and then what? And then I asked them for money to help me get well.
Yeah.
But I'm not sick at all, you see.
Yeah.
And I keep the money.
I just
and then
need
they were like,
some Nair and
but then they were like, so I don't know if you saw the picture of DJ.
with the headphones and his,
Well, no, he has a phone charger.
his
up
phone
his
charger up his nose. Yeah, I saw
Acting as
that.
if he was a Nokia 3210.
He might as well
And,
be.
so then they were like, and DJ, how would you prove to people that you have cancer? He just takes out a little phone charger. He's like,
Yeah. That and a razor and a fucking whatever Gillette cream.
yeah. And then he's like, don't worry about that.
Yes.
I've got a foolproof Flan, right?
Foolproof.
Foolproof fan. And they're like, Ploof isn't where DJ. It's like,
Foolproof Flan.
yeah, foolproof flan, and it's a wonderful dessert. My mother cooked at Christmas. The foolproof flan.
Foolproof. Yeah.
So anyway, and then they'd be like, and then they'd be like, "What DJ? It says here that you want a €50,000 investment. to help you with your cancer treatment, but you've just told us that you don't have cancer. And then he's like, but for business sake, I do. They're like, but DJ, we know you don't have cancer. And then he just shows them like a little clip of him scoring a goal in another final.
But look how realistic it is. He puts in the charger and he's like,
just shows a clip of him scoring a great pint against County Clare.
So how about this?
They're like,
yeah. Oh,
but anyway,
take all the money.
Yeah. Poor old DJ.
I think he was on the way Epstein's list came out, the flight logs.
Oh God!
I think I saw DJ Kerry's name on there.
Well, sure, wasn't there? Who it was? Stephen Hawking was on there, wasn't he?
I think he was, yeah.
But to be fair, I don't know. Like, sure, how much would Hawkins know about? He doesn't. Someone just maybe wheeling him onto it. He doesn't.
Wheeling him onto the plane, so he doesn't have a say in the matter.
Well, I don't know. I think he did have to give him his due, Stephen Hawking. I think he did have a highly functioning cock.
No,
I think so. Yeah. Now, obviously, he was big on the whole theatrics of.
I think he used to have a functioning cock.
Huh?
He used to have a functioning cock.
Why? And then
he got the vaccine or whatever happened to him.
Was that what happened, Stephen Hawking?
He got the COVID vaccine.
Was that the vaccine?
I'm not sure now. I can't. I've got my
Jesus,
timelines all jumbled up.
The anti-vaxxers will have a field day with that.
Yeah.
So before he had the vaccine,
he
presented Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or was that Chris Tarrant or Stephen Hawking?
They're both sitting down.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but I think he might have been the one. But so I think Hawking's on the Jeffrey Epstein's list. So he was going out there and getting his possibly poorly functioning, very intelligent flute sucked, astrophysicist flute sucked, and while he was thinking about time and space and the time-space continuum, and there was some 16-year-old Mexican lady.
So that's when he has his best ideas.
No, just getting sucked off on Epstein's island. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then who else? Did you see any other names on it?
Who else was on it? I think I saw. So there's DJ Kerry.
There's DJ Kerry.
I know that. Who else?
I was very sad to see a dear friend of ours is on it.
Who was on it?
Tommy Crotton.
Tommy Crotton was on it.
Rotten Crotton.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Now, I spoke with Crotton about it because as soon as I saw it, I was like, I think you better start pretending you're fully Woodlouse for the next while, because otherwise you're going to be facing charges.
Well, in court, you could claim.
Well, that could be his defence.
I am a Woodlouse.
I am in fact.
There's no age of consent.
No.
In the Woodlouse world.
By law of Woodlouse.
Yeah.
You can do as
the lawyer's like, Your Honour, my client is a Woodlouse.
Famously lawless creatures by this 7th Constitution of Sir Henry Woodlouse.
Yes.
It deems here that any Woodlouse may have sexual intercourse with any human being of any age.
Yes.
So I said to Crotton, Rotten Crotton, they're calling him now in the tabloids. I said, what was this? You were off on Epstein's island and da-da-da. And now what he's claiming is that he was wearing a wire and it was a cover job. And
okay.
And he was scuttling up on top of the roof to try listening to what Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein were saying and all this shit.
Right.
And then I said, well, where are the wire recordings then? And then he just sculled off under his table.
It's been a while since I've seen Crotton.
Huh?
How big is Crotton these days?
Well, sure.
Is he a man-sized wood? I haven't seen him since he was a child. Like.
Well, no, he's been growing down there. He's been growing. Yeah, he's big. He's a big fucking grotesque thing now down there.
Right.
But he's a child at heart.
Yes.
Crotton, and so he's very anxious about all these the accusations, and he doesn't like people calling him Rotten Crotton. That's clearly going to hurt his feelings.
Well, we'll call him that until the tapes are released.
Huh?
Until he clears his name.
Well, I mean, Crotton says since when, like, Crotton now is aligning himself with the kind of far right crowd, and he's kind of saying, Me Too has gone too far, and innocent until proven guilty. He's making appearances on the Trigonometry podcast to try talk about him and Graham Linehan are on that together.
Oh, poor Graham Linehan, yeah.
Poor old Graham Linehan. For fucking Father Ted, more like Father Fed Up.
Poor guy's being dragged through the mud.
Yeah. and all these
A genius.
a genius, the greatest Irish comedy writer of all time.
Yes.
I mean, there's no denying that.
No. And all he ever said was...
And all he ever said was, those fucking filthy fuckers.
And do you know who else I saw was on the list? Epstein's flight logs was the Queen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
No, not Freddie
Oh.
Mercury. No, sure, he'd have no interest in young women.
Ah.
Yeah.
I thought you said the Queen. I thought you meant...
The Queen.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
I thought you
Queen,
meant-
the band.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. No, the Queen
Yeah.
was on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs.
Right. So
Because she heard Prince Andrew was getting up to no good, and she said, I need to go over there and, bring him back to England, by his ear.
by his ear, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Get on the plane, you cheeky pup,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give his arse a reddening.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Do you think after it came out that Prince Andrew was a fat pedo, which was announced in the Times, I
Yes.
believe they had the scoop that
The Daily Moon.
that he's a fat pedo. Live here outside Buckingham Palace, where news has come in that Prince Andrew is a fat pedophile. Back to you, John.
Yeah.
Very sad day for
Yes,
England.
that day.
So, Prince Andrew, do you think that after the Queen found out that she bent Andrew over her knee and gave him 17 licks of her left hand, or do you think that would have just been petrol on the fire for Prince Andrew?
I think petrol on the fire, I feel like.
He
He
would've
could have gone to a dark place in his mind and,
yes.
thought it was a young Guatemalan
Do you think
girl spanking him on the ass, and
And
not
this
his
is-
mother, the Queen.
this is something I've just made up in my head
Yes.
that I've read, but I do think I've read it.
Mm.
That when he was on Epstein's island, he would make these young ladies that accused him, that he'd make them wear the crown and the full garment.
Oh, he has a mother thing.
And then he would curtsy in
Oh,
front
he
of-
dressed up as Meghan Markle.
Yes.
In blackface.
Whoa!
What?
Light brown face.
Light brown
Come
face.
on now.
She's black, no?
Huh?
She's black.
Well, she certainly sings the song that she is, but I have cousins now that have better times than her.
Right.
That's the truth.
Many a hot summer in Kilkenny.
That's right.
Yes.
She's, you know what I mean? DJ Carey is is a better tan.
Yeah.
No, apparently she says she is. I
Right.
suppose, but like not. You know what I mean? She doesn't look like Mario Balotelli, like.
No, she doesn't know.
Do you know?
Pascal Chimbonda.
Yeah, I don't even know
Yeah.
who that is, but I can imagine.
Right back for Tottenham. Always wore gloves.
Right back at the back of the bus with Rosa
Yeah.
Parks. Now,
Where were we going?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But what I was going to say anyway, but Prince Andrew anyway. So I was thinking like he'd want, would the Queen give him, you stop going to that bold man's island.
Yeah.
And then maybe would a wickedness come over her.
Right, and she
And
I think
and
Peacock's...
would she say something like this, and she'd go and say, "Is this what you want?" And then
Yeah.
pop a little finger up, Prince, and then he'd be, "That's
Peacock,
what
I
I've
think-
always wanted, Mummy."
Peacock's
Who
here.
the hell is this?
Peacock.
in you get.
In you get Peacock.
To the kitchen with you, Peacock. We've made a flan. We're getting Peacock shall be on the next record.
Yeah, we...
Um,
sorry, it was with your story
Peacock,
there.
we've
I heard
messed
Peacock
up
coming in the
timings.
door and...
Fee fi fo fum. Peacock's going to slap our bums.
Yes.
Because we were
hopefully.
talking about the disciplining of Prince Andrew, because I read somewhere that I just made up in my mind that the Queen, when she found out that she bent him over her knee and gave him 17 royal lashings of her tongue, but then
A lashing for every year the girl...
every
year. For every year the girl that he shagged was alive.
that's right.
Yeah.
And then on noticing that Prince Andrew, instead of feeling the wrath of discipline, was enjoying the procedure, she subsequently wet her index finger and gave him what for?
To what end?
To what end was the question.
Yeah.
But listen, the royals are a peculiar bunch, and let's, judge not lest you be judged.
People in glass houses.
That's right.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I was thinking, because Prince Andrew, apparently, and this is another thing that's been leaked, another man, I think his name was Marek Cushins, bought Epstein's island.
Oh.
Like afterwards.
Yeah.
Because obviously you would have got it at a very reduced price. 'cause
Oh, I'd
it's the
say
most
so.
famous pedo island in the world.
Yes.
So
I
he
think that's
paid.
what it- yeah.
He,
I think that's what it's
we
called.
could say it's the most famous pedo island in the world. After, of course, Ireland. Of course,
by God.
the Republic of Ireland.
Yes.
Where
Cousins has his eye on that next.
where Marek Cousins plans
Yeah.
to buy next.
Cushions
Marek
or-
Cushions.
Cushions.
Marek Cushions,
Get a
yes.
cushion for the pushing.
But so, anyway, Cushions bought it for 60 million, and
Yeah.
apparently then the next week he got an email off Prince Andrew being like, "Is it going to be same stuff again?" And he had to write back and be like, "Andrew, I don't think you should be messaging." And then Andrew said, "Delete that last one." And he was back to getting spanked.
He's going to build a monastery on the island.
Yeah. But
How much did the island go for, do you know?
60 mil.
Ooh.
60 big ones.
Not bad.
But they would have got that at a reduced
rate.
A reduced rate.
Yeah.
Like if you were an opportunist, that's exactly when to buy. As soon as, okay, this is big pedo island, right? I'll buy that now.
Right.
Do you know what I
But
mean?
you couldn't live on. I want to know what he's doing with the island. Because you couldn't live in good conscience on an island that you know has had such such nefarious activities.
Well, there's trauma at every corner. There's screams in every cave. There's there's a horror on the hills.
The weather's great.
Lovely weather. It's a lovely little
It's a
island.
lovely little island.
No, I suppose he'll kind of have to take it away. He can't. It'd be very on the nose if he made it another pedo island. So he'll have to.
Yeah.
He'll have to maybe try rebrand it as maybe some other kind of abuse, psychological.
Or you go the opposite, go the other way and make it into like a wonderland for.
But we already
children.
saw how that went. That just turns
Yeah.
pedo. We saw it in Never Neverland.
That's
Michael
true.
Jackson tried that.
Yeah.
And that's actually the quickest route to
pedophilia.
pedoing.
Yeah.
So, but maybe he could make it his own, kind of like, hey, Guantanamo Bay 2.
Yeah.
This is a new place we can torture prisoners of war.
Yeah.
And get secrets out of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I suppose that is what Guantanamo Bay is really, is a little kind of your secrets.
What? Go on, spill the beans.
Spill the beans. Where's Saddam? You know, don't you? I saw you drinking a bottle of wine with him last week. Come on. Don't get your tongue tied with me.
Spill the beans.
Electrocute your nipples.
Spill the beans,
Listen
island.
that tongue, you little devil. But sure, really, if you wanted people to talk, sure, just give them a fucking few. And this is what people don't realise. Give them a few cocktails and a few lines of Charlie.
Send Peacock into them.
Send Peacock in.
Put the fear of God into them.
Send Peacock in with a duffel bag of coke and a fucking appetite for destruction, and he'll have him singing like canaries before the sun is down with his tickling fingers ready. Oh my Jesus!
Oh fuck! I'm pro torture now. Are you?
Huh?
I'm pro torture.
Well, I'm pro torture if it's to if it's people from the country of England.
Yeah, there we go.
If it's people from the country of England,
Yeah.
and they say something I don't like,
Yeah.
like anything,
Mm-hmm.
I say,
All right, Mike.
all right, Mike,
Yeah.
put him on the pulley,
Yeah.
put him on the rack.
Yeah.
I want his legs. What I would like to do, I want his legs pulled off and his arms pulled off. Put his legs where his arms are and his arms where his legs are.
Oh, okay.
That'll soften his cough.
Yes.
That'll teach him to say, "Whoa, Mike,
Shut
up."
Mike. But the funny you say,
Yes.
there's this thing I saw in the news.
whoa."
I don't know if you saw this, Peacock. There was a paedophile who was sent to prison in Ireland.
That's not right. That doesn't sit well with me now.
What, that he was sent to prison? Give the man a second chance.
It's an illness.
Yes, it's an illness. But he, when they were sentencing him, the
Yes.
judge was asked to take into consideration his disabilities. The man had no hands and only one leg.
What?
Yeah.
Well, then is he really?
And I thought, come on now, to the children, I was like, how did you not get away from him? You know?
This literally Long John Pedo.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Just go give him one of these. whoa, hey, you know what I mean?
Just this little wooden fucking plague. And
Yeah.
coming at you. Arr.
And then how did he molest them if he's no hands?
Well, I'm afraid there's something between the legs that's more even sinister than the hand
Ah,
itself.
that's
Chief.
true. He had no hands because he had 2 penises for hands.
He had willy hands. Get back, willy hands.
Yeah. They live close to Sellafields, but
If you had now, and I know we've explored the metaphysical quandary of having cigarettes for hands.
Yeah.
But if you had like 2 cocks,
peacock.
2 peacocks, but if you had, well, that's an even another quandary. If you had 2 Hugh peacocks, like just on your hands, that would be just Punch and Judy. But, but if you had just willy hands, cocks for hands, like in the history of time, it must have happened.
Oh, for sure. Somewhere in Chernobyl, there's a child. There's a man with
Yes.
2 penises for hands and a hand for a penis.
Yes. Imagine you had a hand down there, and when you like did a deal, you'd have to be like, let's shake on it.
No, trust me, there's a hand down there.
There's a hand down there. I know it's unorthodox, but
and you'd wank like this. I mean, your hand would be here,
that's right.
and then
You'd have to just put your dick in, like place your dick into your hand, and then just kind of do that. I know
my
it's
God,
unorthodox, but Chernobyl affected us all.
the idea of doing a deal with someone and they have to reach down into your pants to shake your hand.
Into my pantaloons. It would be a funny way also, like if you could convince someone like that you didn't, and just be like, I know you're gonna think this is very weird. I have a hand down there.
Yeah.
And I don't believe a deal is done until you've
It's
shaken it.
shaking, yeah.
And then it's just purely,
It's just your cock.
It's just your cock.
Yeah.
And you're like, ha ha.
Never has a nastier trick been pulled.
No.
God, I'd love 2 cocks for hands.
Oh, yeah.
That would be great.
Just piss off. And just piss. Piss
fuck.
in people's eyes.
Yeah, you could piss anywhere.
Take that.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that, Mike? Never
Yeah.
you mind, Rodri.
You could come on them as well.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Well, because you do it with the other. Stay back. I'll shoot. And you won't like it.
But would you have balls as well?
Um,
Because the semen comes from the balls.
You could have. Yeah, the ball. That's a good one. Because then you could be like, teabag me.
Right.
And you could put them in people's mouths.
Yeah. But if you... I'm just trying to think.
Yes.
Which is very tough for me.
It is not easy.
No, it's not easy, no.
But particularly with your head gets overheated with this
Yes,
helmet.
it does. It does.
There just be fumes going out Chief's head.
How the fuck do we get to penises for hands? Oh, the paedophile who has...
Yes, let me just see where we are now, because we have... Okay, Peacock is... We have...
Peacock awaits.
Yes. Now, what I was going to say to you there now, and because we'll get away from this, even though it is a wonderful subject.
Yeah.
And I do think there is something to be said for if you were an instrument of torture. I think having penises for hands would be, you know what I mean. Just,
You're doing this.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
talk now.
Be very popular in the gay community.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Or penis for a nut, like just
A nose.
yeah. But then just everyone just is flopping and
Yeah. But like Pinocchio.
and be growing as you're. Was that, do you think, the thinking behind Pinocchio? Because his nose grew
When he
was like-
lied.
but really his nose just got hard.
That's true. But maybe, yeah, it was a euphemism.
Yes.
Not a euphemism. A euphemism? A euphemism.
And Giuseppe was kind of an Epstein character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
And
that.
who wrote that? Was it Disney?
Binchy
Maeve Binchy wrote, okay.
wrote
Do you know
Pinocchio.
Maeve Binchy, Peacock?
Of course it.
Oh, everyone's ma's a big fan of Binchy.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone's ma's gay for Binchy.
My mother worships at the altar of Binchy.
Yes.
She does.
If you don't know who Maeve Binchy is, great
Yes.
author. Even better tits.
Even she does have it. She's a beautiful.
She's a lot of woman.
She's a lot of woman,
I
and
think she
she's.
died recently.
I think she did. Of too many ideas.
Yes.
She overdosed on wonderful ideas.
Yeah.
For stories. You can't get too many at one time in your brain.
Mm.
But Maeve Binchy, so She's a great Irish author. You can look her up. It's kind of like chick lit, wasn't it? Like kind of stories about a man who loves a woman kind of thing. And but then she also kind of ran this kind of, I suppose you would call it a woman's cult.
Right.
In the west of Cork, where she was kind of like this kind of druid figure. And women from around the country would assemble. Yeah. And they would kind of leave sacrifices. It was all her idea.
Cakes and treats.
But because she was probably for about 10, 15 years the most powerful person in Ireland,
I'd
was
say
Maeve
so.
Binchy.
Yeah.
She wrote a column in the Sun, and then she created this religion where people would just bring her like sponge cakes and flans and stuff. Yeah. And she was like, it is only right to the gods of, and then
the gospel according to Maeve Binchy.
Yeah,
Old Testament, New Testament.
Which sure used to cause big trouble in our house.
Right.
Because our mother would be there and she'd be cooking this big chocolate cake and cream and all that, and she'd be putting buttons in the cake on the top of it, little buttons.
You're making Peacock hungry, don't fucking. I'm sorry.
But so
Peacock, I'm sorry.
But so then we'd all be getting. I don't want to. Keep Peacocks after I started kicking at the table inside. Listen.
I'm sorry, Peacock.
We've got ourselves protective gear for the arrival of Peacock.
Yeah.
But so, and my mother would be baking these big fuck off lovely cakes and jam and cream, and she'd be putting sprinkles on it. Yeah. And we never said anything like it, and we thought, oh, by Jesus, our mother actually does love us, in fact, at the end of the day, and we'd be so excited. And then we go to have some cake. She starts out. Oh, she'd say, it's for Binchy.
Right.
It's for Binchy.
Right, okay.
We're like, what? She's like, it's the Binchy tax.
Right.
So Binchy created this kind of quasi-government where she taxed all the women of Ireland in pastries
right,
and cakes.
The Binchy tax.
The Binchy tax.
Yeah.
And what's worse is that everyone bought into it.
Yes.
And then so women had to... The whole thing was women would buy her cakes and pastries and scones and all this stuff and send them to Binchy as the Binchy tax. And then for men,
yes, their
tax was to go down and suck on her nether regions.
Ooh, maybe my mother left my father for Binchy.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to speculate on these things, but she's dead now. And
I heard she didn't like Christmas, and around Christmas they'd call her Maeve Grinchy.
Because she was so grumpy at Christmas, so they called her Maeve Grinchy. Is that right? Yeah. I think I might have read the same article that you read. that is the truth. I was going to tell you this little story actually.
Yeah.
You like this?
Ooh.
And this is actually from for listeners and episodes of Club War. This story now is from the land of truth and reality. It's like a Mike Leigh film, Ken Loach kind of grim realism. I got a taxi with the girlfriend the other day, an Uber. Okay. She ordered the Uber, and it was where
are you going?
Huh?
Where are you off to?
Oh, sure, we were off to our next argument, one would say.
Woohoo.
We're going with haste to our next disgruntlement. So anyway, we're going off we get the Uber anyway, and we're both really drunk, so we're having a fight, but just a real dumb fight, where she's like, "You said I smelled like bins." Yeah. And I was like, "You do.
You have been saying that on stage.
Huh?
You have been saying she smells like..."
Well, it's my new big, my girlfriend smells like bins bit.
Yes. Yeah.
Which the critics are lauding as absolute garbage.
Yeah. You haven't gone around London saying she has a smelly head.
I have, but that actually is a bit I've been doing.
Yes.
That's genuinely been one of my bits I've been working on most keenly.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're having some stupid fight, and then we're in the taxi driver, and your man is a son of Islam. Yeah. And and so she's like trying to shout at me, and I just don't want to be fighting in front of him.
Yeah.
I don't like fighting in public. I'm like, fuck that. No.
Yeah.
Now, so anyway, I just start ignoring her. I'm like, no, we're not
doing this. What's the fight about?
Huh?
What's the fight about?
She's saying, how can I be...
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Yes, she was like, how can I expect to receive such a massive penis day in, day out? And I say, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been...
Yes.
So there was something like that.
Yeah.
It was something along those lines. But no, it was just silly. I don't know. It was just
Right, something
drunken
silly, yeah.
nonsense, you know. So she's shouting at me. And then, now I start ignoring her. She's like, you're ignoring me. This is bullshit. No,
Yeah.
you can't ignore me. I'd have you hung, drawn, and quartered if I could, woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this fella, if he's a son of Islam,
Yes.
he's probably thinking,
No, well, sure, listen.
why don't you go there and put some fucking...
Listen, I said, you say not one more word, you Cromwellian whore.
Yeah.
You know, so I was holding my thing. I was like, I'm not reacting. Then she was like, okay, so you're going to ignore me now. So she's like, let me out of the Uber now. And she's paid for the Uber. It's on her account.
Yeah.
Right. And then the lad driving just looks at me like as in like, what? And I just goes, no.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And he just doesn't let her out. She's like, why are you not letting me out? He's
Yeah.
like, no, you stay now. And then she's like, you let me out right now. And then he just looks at me in the mirror again. And I go, no, good.
You're like, inshallah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
She will not leave the cab, inshallah.
No,
Yeah.
no. Because his thing was like I'm the boss.
You're the boss.
In
yeah.
his eyes.
Mm.
He was saying you're the boss, and I respected it.
Yeah.
So much, and I just thought this is a wonderful. Because if you got like that's the best. You want like a fundamentalist Islamic Uber driver.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like someone who's like, you know, women, gay,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, this is why everyone's attracted to Andrew Tate.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So,
Was he wearing one of these by any chance?
Hustlers
University helmet.
I think he had it in the boot.
Right.
But
Along with his 4 or 5 wives.
absolutely.
7 wives, is it? I don't know.
Sure, they can. It's kind of whatever you wake up and decide.
Age is just
it
a
is.
number.
But so anyway, so we're having this, and he's like looking at me, and I'm like, no, don't let her out. And then so he just doesn't let her out,
Right.
you know. And she's like, what? She's like, and then I'm saying nothing, you know. And she's like, your silence is violence. And I'm like,
Whoa.
you know, this kind of, yeah. And then he kind of looks in the mirror as if like, I'll show you violence now.
Right, yeah.
What you're doing is, what she was doing was haram.
Yes.
Yes.
Haram.
So anyway, Aaron Haramzi. But so anyway, then we finally, so then I just like literally 5 minutes later, I go, pull up over here immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he looks back, just my instruction was gospel.
Right,
You know what I mean? So then anyway, we get out of the thing, and I was like, this guy has been an ally to me.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
His misogyny has really been put, that's been a feather in my cap.
Yeah.
So I like kind of I put my hand on his shoulder
Yeah.
when I like go out, and he put his hand up to me like this, like, whoa, you know.
And you said free Palestine.
Honestly, I wanted to say that, but I could, you know what I mean. I was like, I better not politicize this whole thing. So I was just kind of like, I just kind of mumbled, kind of inshallah, praise be Allah, thing, and then I was like, don't be afraid to give her a bad review. Yeah. I won't mind if you call her a bitch. In the review thing. Yeah. Like if you leave a message, and he was like, leave it with me, brother.
But did your missus understand what was going on, that he wasn't respecting her because she's a woman and he was...
No. She then got out, and later she was like, that was actually quite nice that he was looking out for me, and he wouldn't just drop me in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, yeah, it was nice. And in my head, I was like, you know nothing.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Nothing of the ways of men.
You don't understand the inner workings of the Prophet Muhammad.
Yes.
Because the Prophet Muhammad would have left you. If I had said, see, like there could have been stabbings going on either side, and I could have said, here we will. Yes. We'll drop her here.
So are you Muslim now? Is that how that works?
I swear to God that this is actually the truth. Yes, I am.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just better watch your P's and Q's around me.
I will.
And I swear to God, as soon as your back turned, you're getting stoned, you gay cunt. Because I hate that now. Yeah. Just so you know.
What? You hate what? You hate what?
Being gay.
Oh, you hate being gay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
What the hell? Would you all like a good
would
a good juicy pussy not fucking
no
put a smile on your face?
No.
You
I love if your cab driver was like, I have to make a quick stop off. And he just pulls up outside like a gay bar and just fucking throws a Molotov cocktail at it, gets back in. He's like, so where are you going?
fuck? Anyway, listen, we have to go because we have to record another episode
Peacock.
with the great Hugh Peacock. And settles are going to be scored. Scores are going to be settled even.
I think you've been spending too much time with me.
I tell you, these helmets cook your brain.
They do a little bit.
Things start to go fucking arseways after a while.
Yeah.
But listen, lads, we love you.
Yeah.
Everyone in episodes of Columbo, I hope crimes are being solved. I hope you're not guilty of those crimes.
Mm-hmm. God knows you are.
God knows a few of you have. There's a wickedness in the hearts and minds of a few of you. But lads, I'm on tour. MikeRiceComedy.com. I've added a second show in Dublin because the first one sold out at Sugar Club. Whelan's Main Room. Buy tickets, MikeRiceComedy.com. I'm also, London is just about sold out, top secret. So get a few tickets for that if you want to go.
The men and the women have to sit separately.
They do because I've Sharia law.
Yeah.
And so there's less than 20 tickets left for top secret. So get on that. And then Manchester, new show added. Glasgow, new show added. Get on those. And then I'm everywhere else as well.
Woo!
So there you go. MikeRiceComedy.com. See if I'm in town near you. Probably am.
There you go.
I love you.
See you later. I'll be at Cafe Mode
yes.
tonight. If you want to drop in, I'll give you some of my
You'll
free
be at Cafe
pizza.
Mode tonight 2 weeks ago.
I'm there most nights.
If you want to drop into a past gig of Rob's, go to Cafe Mode.
Well, they're leaving episodes of Columbo, anything.
They don't. Yeah, sure, they don't know what's what. They're fucking, All right.
See you later.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.